Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today we have landed right here in Bear Mountain in Harriman, New York.
Oh yeah.
Now, we're here for a special reason. Yeah, you see behind us, there is the Bear Mountain Inn, but were we staying at a nice hotel? No, that's not why we're here. We're hanging out with the animals today. A lot of people come to Bear Mountain, they don't realize that there's a lodge, this nice little area over here. But if you hike down this trail, there's actually a zoo in Bear Mountain, right here in Harriman State Park. It's actually called the Trailside Museum and Zoo. And we're going to check it out, but we're here for a special reason. It's December, we're bundled. Joy's bundled, she's a little chilly. You can see Christmas is in the air, and what we're here for is, you see, humans, we're not the only ones that celebrate Christmas.
Nope, not at all.
Every December here at the Trailside Museum and Zoo, they actually give the bears at the zoo presents, a Christmas tree, and it's a one-day thing, and that's what we're here for, and we're bringing you along to see it. So we're going to check out the zoo, and then watch some bears open presents. So step right up, let's go for this ride. So if you look at the lodge from the front and you head to the right to the back, we have the Hessian Lake. Now, what I think's interesting is we're in this recreational area, walking around, making our way to the zoo. And as we're hiking on this little path, it's not just a little path we're on. If you see this tree has this white rectangle. If you follow trails and trail markers, you would know that actually is the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail goes right along this lake. We're gonna follow it right down to the zoo, and it actually cuts right through the zoo. That's right. The paths in the zoo we're about to be in are actually the Appalachian Trail. Imagine being one of those people that are through hiking. You start up in Maine, making your way down to Georgia, or reverse, whichever way you're going. And like you're climbing over these mountains, and all of a sudden now you're going through a zoo. So technically today we are actually going to see bears and wild animals on the Appalachian Trail.
Awesome.
Follow the Appalachian Trail. Follow the Appalachian Trail. See it, Russ. Now, a lot of people don't even realize that there's a zoo because you have to go down those ramps through a tunnel. Spooky, scary. It looks like we're entering a bear's den. But you know what, Joy?
What?
There's signs that we're heading the right way.
Oh yeah.
Literally, there's the sign, Trailside Museum and Zoo. We there? No, not yet. Still some hiking to get to the zoo. We just got to pass the swimming pool. There it is, Trailside Museum and Zoo. We made it. We made it to the zoo. Now you might be wondering, how expensive is the Trailside Museum and Zoo? Well, actually, it's a donation of $1. It is on honor system. We've been coming to the zoo for years. I've never seen anyone work in the booth. There is the donation box, but leave the $1 because it helps things. Now I know what you're all wondering. You're like, you see, you're at a zoo. You're gonna see like lions and elephants and stuff like that. No,
Oh.
it's not that kind of zoo.
No, not at all.
It's saying the Trailside Zoo. What we're actually looking at is animals you'd find locally, but now you find them in the zoo. So anything that would be found in, I don't want to say upstate New York and make upstaters, the Bear Mountain, Harriman area. This is what we're going to see at the zoo. So bears, deers, stuff along those lines. Some reptiles. There's a reptile building. But it's a cute little zoo. And
It is.
I feel for $1, it's worth checking out.
You see animals that
Yeah. And we're going to see bears opening Christmas presents.
so cool.
Even Walt Whitman loves coming to check out the zoo. You're wondering, what do those donations go to? You see, they're building new bobcat, porcupine, fox habitats. It's around 10:37. The bears get their gifts around 11. We already have a little crowd, so we're gonna get our spot. It is cute how they do it. The bears are in their den, so when the bears were in the den, the zookeepers came out and they decorated everything. Yes, Joy was saying she likes the hanging ornaments.
They're cute.
They are cute. I love the paper lights.
And the paper stockings.
The paper stockings are cute.
The paw prints.
You have to remember everything in there. These bears are going to... It's funny. You will see. They can come out to be curious. What is this? Take a few seconds. Now there are two bears here. They're brother and sister. And you see these gifts. One says, to Sadie, love pal. The other says, to pal, love Sadie. Those are the two bears' names. So I guess they're giving each other gifts today. But here's what I was talking about before that I think is crazy. You see, here is the bear den. And if we follow the path right over here, there is a sign of the Appalachian Trail. This 2,000-mile hiker path from Georgia to Maine goes over the top of Bear Mountain at 1,300 feet and down to the lowest spot on the entire trail at 120 feet at the Bear Den. So we were at the lowest spot above sea level at the Bear Den on the whole trail. The zookeepers are finishing decorating. And you know what they're decorating with now? With peanut butter. She's putting some bear food out to coax the bears out of their den. Because we do want the bears to come out and see their presents. Drawing on the box of the peanut butter, so the bear goes, no one wants some peanut butter, what's in here? Getting those last presents decorated. They're opening the dens. I see a bear stirring.
Look at his little.
Do you see the nose?
Did you sign it?
We got a bear. We got a bear.
Do the stretch.
And the two bears in this are black bears. Oh, this one was ready.
Oh, there's the.
Oh. Getting curious. Found some presents. Such a dainty present opener. You have to remember the peanut butter was put on the box, so it's licking that peanut butter. You don't want to waste that peanut butter.
Zookeeper. Yeah, I know. She's like, oh, you answer the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, this one likes tearing down decorations. It's going for the decorations.
You're like, I don't want no lights.
You can't tear down the decorations. Christmas isn't over yet. The good stuff's inside.
Look at it. Tearing it open. Al and Sadie. He's coming around here. He wants to see, get a heads up on these gifts.
This one's like, I'm gonna check out the presents over here. We were told to use icing to seal the packages because they can eat that. Imagine wrapping with icing, having to wait for one seam to seal. We've got almost all the peanut butter, I think, now, but not a single present truthfully open yet. Oh, wait! Oh, there we go. First box getting opened. What'd you get? Let us all see what you got for Christmas. Nope. Socks, I know. I always throw the socks aside too.
lot of work there. Decorations and everything. That's great.
Oh, another decoration down.
That one's a purple maker.
That one's the Grinch stealing all the decorations. Get that box. What'd you get? What'd you get for a present? Oh yeah, we got back. We got it. We have bears opening presents. What'd you get? Decorating the trees. This has to be one of the cutest things you could ever see. Go on, get it.
Two bears. Bears? The bears.
Oh yeah.
He knocks it down.
Hello there. How are you doing today, Mrs. Bear? He's all tuckered out. I think he's taking a nap with his vulture friend. She's still contemplating opening some more presents. Both of them, like I said, they are brother and sister. They're actually twins. Both 16 years old.
Mama, you can't take wild animals.
All right, Sadie. You have a good Christmas. We're going to go check out the rest of the zoo. Tell Pal I said bye. I know. He's sleeping now. So, since we left the bears, we're going to check out local amphibians, reptiles, and fish. Starting with water snakes. And if you do come to the zoo to look at the bears, just to note, these buildings are wonderful. They're heated, so if you got to get a little warmth, come look at the reptiles and the amphibians. And this little guy hiding in the back's one of my favorite. Bullhead catfish. These are actually what I have tattooed on my chest. I have two big bullhead catfish. And most of these fish, like this pumpkin seed sunfish, these are things that we'd find around the Harriman area and the Hudson River. Really cute salamander. It's like he's walking in circles. He's trying to walk on the lily pad, but he keeps spinning and he keeps staying in the same place.
It's like a treadmill for him.
It is a treadmill. It's a water lily treadmill for the salamander. At the Trailside Museum and Zoo, even this little toad is feeling festive. This guy is already all wrapped for Christmas. He's a box turtle. Get it? He's in a box. A black rat snake. You dirty rat, you.
Oh, look, I spotted a turtle.
You're right, that is a spotted turtle. And there's the painted turtle. Right next to the bear enclosure is the Geology trail. I heard this trail rocks. Get it? Because geology rocks?
I hope I don't roll.
Oh. Do you think people take this trail for granted?
It's so marvelous.
Oh. Now, this might be the Geology trail. Here's a big rock. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is this view. Beautiful view of the Hudson River with the Bear Mountain Bridge going over it. Can't beat this. Make sure you go on the Geology trail. You might be like, I'm at a zoo. I want to just look at animals, no rocks. Come take this view in for a while. Now what I love about this view is if we pan a little south, this landmass jutting out actually is an island called Iona Island. And when I was a little boy, probably around 12 to 14 in Boy Scouts, we used to go camping on that island. And for all of us Boy Scouts, that was our favorite camping trip of the year. We always waited for it to go to Iona Island. It was just a giant island we were allowed to explore, play manhunt. Bear with me as I take in this bridge. The Bear Mountain Bridge. First opened in 1924, and at that time, it was the world's longest suspension bridge at 2,257 feet. It was built by the Harriman family. In 1910, they started construction, and they sold it to New York State in 1940. Which way should we go? Well, these white markers, because the upper one is a little to the right. That says we go to the right. And so is the one-way sign. Now, the thing I love about this is, like I said, its name is the Trailside Museum and Zoo. That being said, there are a lot of little museums within said zoo. Behind us is my favorite of these. This is the Historical Museum. Let's go inside and see what there is. Already starting off with some cannons. I guess the museum's getting on the holiday decorations as well. I have a lot of arrowheads. What's more interesting than is they're actually talking about the years these arrows are had. So this is the Paleo Indians from 9,000 years ago. Archaic period, 5,500 years ago, the first permanent occupation in New York State. A transitional period of 3,400.
We'll see exactly where they laid that shape.
Wow. Cool dioramas depicting typical Native American village of this locality during the late woodland period. Looks like Joy's running ahead to my favorite room in this museum. Because I always like this display on Daniel Carter Beard, Uncle Dan, 1850-1941, National Scout Commissioner, Boy Scouts of America. These are like the collections I always want to have. One day, Joy, this is what our house is going to look like. We have an old Boy Scout uniform with National Jamboree patches from 1937. Now, if you're wondering, why were there cannons out there? Well, because there's actually two forts here from the Revolutionary War. You see, you are here. There was Fort Clinton and Fort Montgomery. This is cool. We have, it's a reproduction, but a link believed to be from Fort Montgomery. See, what happens is, to prevent the British ships getting up the Hudson River, they actually had these chains that went across the Hudson River to destroy the British boats. Geology Museum. This museum rocks. I know, same joke over and over and over again today. It's like I'm stoning you to death with it. But like I'm going to tell you, we have stones. Don't pass on all these little museums because you find crazy stuff like this. The Gordon Mastodon. Found in New York in 1902. Look at the size of that skull. And here's one of the tusks. My favorite thing in all geology museums. Fluorescent minerals. The rough-legged hawk. And the bears took a while to open their presents. The hawk, he's not even phased. And the last of those three little museums, the Nature Study Museum. These outdoor museums were built in 1935. Local animals of the park. These aren't living animals though, they're. Joy, when you told me you wanted me to win you a stuffed animal from the crane machine, is that what you meant? Old taxidermy is always weird for me, where they don't even have the marble eyes. You see the cotton stuffing poking through the birds. An albino muskrat, a sleeping gray squirrel, and that bear we were seeing. You wondering how he chomps through stuff? With those teeth. We found Woody, Woody the woodpecker. Nya, 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 nya. We got the porcupine. He's so cute. He just gave me porcupine butt. And now my favorite birds of all the birds, red-tailed hawks. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're my favorite bird. Did you know that? And then we have the American bald eagle, our national bird. Buddy, you know, me and you, we have the same hairstyle. I'm going bald too. I'm gonna soon be the bald lunchbox. I don't think I'd be as majestic as you are, though. We have the swan and all the ducks. And we were in the Natural History Museum, we were talking about Fort Clinton and the Revolutionary War. Well, Fort Clinton, well, what remains of it is actually in the zoo. And here we have what remains of Fort Clinton. There's all these cute little there's signs as you're walking through the zoo that teach you interesting facts.
This one's an insect thermometer, where you're supposed to count the number of cricket chirps in 14 seconds, and then you add 40. And then that's what you get the temperature in Fahrenheit.
That's interesting. And the last animal you come to at the zoo, he might blend in, is the coyote. He's sleeping but looking around once in a while.
What is in those papers?
Not only facts, jokes I would steal. What kind of shoes do you frogs wear? Open-toed sandals. We're back by the Bear Mountain Inn, and there's only one more thing left to close out the day. We already watched bears open Christmas presents, but now we're gonna go to the merry-go-round and ride a bear. And it is a very beautiful merry-go-round. It is, truthfully, the Bear Mountain one. We have the Palisades Parkway, Washington's headquarters. Brooklyn Dodge is at Bear Mountain. It's not only horses, all the other animals, or animals that you could find around here, from turkeys to otters to bears. It's the Trailside Museum and Zoo that we were just at. Bear Mountain Inn. Found our fellas getting on some bears in the merry-go-round. We have Daddy Bear, Mommy Bear, Baby Bear. That makes you Goldilocks. We're off! Can you believe I never knew this weird false fact that bears go the same exact speed as horses? Well, when they're on a merry-go-round they do, I guess. This Bear Mountain merry-go-round was made by a company called Carousel Works from Mansfield, Ohio. So thank you so much for joining us this lovely afternoon here at Bear Mountain. I hope you had fun coming along, watching the bears open presents at the Trailside Museum and Zoo.
That was cool.
We always love whenever we get a chance to do this. We don't get up here that often. We don't, not every winter, but I try to every few years to come celebrate Christmas with the bears. So if you did like it, Joy's gonna tell you what you could do.
Well, you can give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, let us know that you liked the video. Other thing that's awesome, if you want to give us a Christmas gift like the bears got Christmas, you can subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below. When you go to a zoo, what's your favorite animal that you love to see? Yeah. See, I got lucky. There's not that many animals at the zoo because it's a local thing, but bears are my favorite. So I was very happy I got to see the bears.
Coyotes were cool.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't have bears, I'd be disappointed. It is Bear Mountain.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's what we came here for, so I think we can call this one, though, Joy.
I think so.
The Trailside Museum and Zoo. Been there, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels.
Good eats.
And live life. Come on, little fella. We got this. We're going to win the race. We're going to win the race.